Are you absolutely sure you're living the life you're meant to live? Or are you still dragging along the unfulfilled dreams and unspoken anxieties of a version of yourself who existed a decade or two ago? Imagine peering back, not into a mere memory, but into the vibrant, raw experience of your 20-something self, perhaps a budding journalist in a bustling city, full of idealistic fervor and unwritten stories. What would that younger you say about your current path? What unresolved yearnings, what suppressed ambitions, what raw, unacknowledged wounds from that pivotal time might still be subtly dictating your decisions today without you even realizing it? The truth is, for many, life truly begins not at birth, not at a specific age marker, but at a profound, often overlooked moment of psychological reckoning, a moment when the silent, unconscious contracts we made with our past selves finally demand renegotiation. If this idea stirs something deep within you, if you feel a flicker of recognition, then you absolutely need to explore the profound insights awaiting you. Click the link in the pinned comment below this video. There, you'll unlock resources and a transformative framework that can help you finally liberate yourself from the invisible chains of your past and step into the authentic, vibrant existence that has been patiently waiting for you. We often imagine life as a linear progression, a straightforward path from childhood to adulthood, with each year adding layers of experience and wisdom. We celebrate birthdays, mark anniversaries, and assume that with each passing decade, we naturally become more ourselves. Yet, for Carl Jung, the revolutionary Swiss psychiatrist, true living, true psychological birth, often begins much later than we might expect. It's a reawakening, a profound internal shift that can occur when we are well into our 30s, even approaching our mid-40s, long after the societal markers of adulthood have been met. What appears to be an ordinary midlife crisis, too. The outside world is, in Jung's view, an urgent, often painful, invitation from the deepest parts of our psyche to finally become whole. It's the culmination of years of unaddressed internal dynamics, perhaps 2 or 3 decades of subtly ignoring a deep-seated craving for authenticity, a vital aspect of self that was either suppressed, denied, or simply never given the space to flourish amidst the external demands of career and family. This isn't about physical age, but about psychological readiness. Jung understood that from the tender age of, say, 7 or 8, we begin to construct what he termed the persona, a meticulously crafted social mask designed to meet the expectations of our parents, our educators, and society at large. This persona, while essential for navigating the world, often requires us to suppress genuine parts of ourselves. A naturally introverted child, for example, might be lauded for being gregarious and outgoing, learning to perform a role that is not intrinsically theirs. A gifted, creative individual might pursue a stable, conventional path, such as becoming a meticulous financial analyst, because it offers security and external validation, even if their soul yearns for artistic expression. This process of adaptation, while necessary for survival and acceptance, creates an accumulating psychic debt. We become experts at living up to external ideals, at fulfilling roles, at projecting an image that may be widely accepted but is increasingly distant from our inner truth. The vibrant, imaginative child who loved to build intricate models might transform into a respected but internally restless corporate lawyer in their late 30s, their inner builder long forgotten. This persona, a careful construction for acceptance, fuels our over-availability, leading us to say "I'm fine" even when suffocating, to respond instantly despite exhaustion, and to endlessly explain ourselves. The more we position ourselves as the centerpiece of others' narratives, the more we vanish from our own being. Constant availability, in this sense, is a subtle form of self-abandonment, a disguised pursuit of approval, an evasion of rejection, a desperate attempt to control how others perceive us. But this control exacts a steep price. Our tranquility and our finite vital energy scattered indiscriminately. Those who demand our constant availability don't truly desire us. They crave what we provide: validation, companionship, distraction, emotional solace. Then, inevitably, the unconscious begins to stir. This stirring often manifests as a pervasive sense of unease, a gnawing dissatisfaction that no external achievement, no material possession, and no amount of social approval can truly quell. It's the call of the authentic self, the parts of us that were relegated to the shadows, demanding recognition. This isn't a random emotional fluctuation. It's the profound pressure of our unlived life, of our suppressed dreams and forgotten passions, clamoring for integration. It might surface as a sudden, inexplicable urge to change careers despite years of stability, or a compelling attraction to a person who embodies qualities we've long denied in ourselves. It could be a powerful fascination with a new hobby, like an esteemed professor, well into their late 40s, suddenly feeling an irresistible pull towards learning classical guitar, an instrument they once dreamed of mastering at the age of 17. These seemingly disruptive desires are, in fact, sacred signals pointing towards the path of becoming more completely who we are. They are the initial tremors of what Jung called individuation, the profound process of psychological integration. Jung articulated this with profound clarity. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. The pain we feel, the anger that erupts unexpectedly, the sadness that envelops us without discernible cause, none of this is random. These are urgent messages emanating from forgotten, ignored, or repressed facets of our own self. The unconscious is far more than a mere nebulous cloud of vague thoughts. It is a vibrant, active force and intricate system of memories, unhealed traumas, suppressed desires, and deep-seated fears that we adamantly refuse to confront, yet which continue to dictate what we experience emotionally and how we behave. So, when does life truly begin for that younger self, for that 20-something or early 30s version of you who might have compromised their deepest desires for external security or approval? It begins the moment you consciously choose to listen to these internal whispers, to acknowledge the weight of your unlived life, and to embark on the courageous journey of integrating those forgotten, suppressed aspects of yourself. It's the point at which the meticulous corporate lawyer begins taking evening classes in sculpture, or the respected financial analyst starts writing poetry late at night. It's the moment the mask, the persona that served you so well, begins to feel less like protection and more like a suffocating cage. This process is not always comfortable. In fact, it's often intensely painful, forcing us to confront the choices we made, the parts of ourselves we abandoned, and the illusions we cherished. It might mean disrupting comfortable routines, disappointing others, or facing external criticism. The world, after all, prefers us to remain predictable, to stay within the roles we've established. But Jung insisted that this discomfort is necessary. It's the friction that sparks transformation, the crucible in which a more authentic, integrated self is forged. It's the shedding of old skin, a necessary death before rebirth. The pain of letting go of an old identity, of acknowledging what was sacrificed, is immense, But the alternative is to remain stuck, to continue living a life that feels fundamentally misaligned, perpetually yearning for something just out of reach. Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to a better understanding of ourselves, Jung wisely stated. So, when we become less available, the discomfort of others reveals their reliance on our availability, exposing manipulative threads we might be entangled in. This conscious withdrawal, born of awareness rather than evasion, is a powerful act of self-assertion. The crucial turning point, therefore, isn't marked by a calendar year or a societal event. It's marked by an internal commitment to self-discovery, to honoring the totality of who you are, including the parts you've hidden away. It's when you cease seeking external validation to define your worth and begin to cultivate an inner sense of completeness. This journey, the path of individuation, is about becoming whole, not perfect. It's about recognizing that the flaws or deficiencies you perceive in yourself are often precisely the untapped potentials waiting to be integrated. Perhaps the reckless adventurer you admired in your friend is the spontaneous spirit you've suppressed within yourself, or the stubborn artist who defies convention is the authentic creator you've hidden behind a facade of practicality. Jung stated, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." The path to true freedom is not about building an impenetrable shield, but about integrating everything that afflicts you in the shadows. Genuine strength isn't the absence of suffering, but the profound, unshakable awareness of who you are, even when you are wounded. Jung illuminated that the agony we experience in response to the external world is merely a mirror, reflecting what remains unintegrated within our inner landscape. In essence, life truly starts for your younger self and for your current self when you allow the buried seeds of your authentic nature to finally sprout. It's when you reclaim your projections, understanding that the qualities you admire or despise in others are often reflections of aspects within you that crave integration. It's when you realize that the purpose of your existence is not to become what others expect, but to fully embody the unique individual you were always meant to be. This means giving voice to the silent poet, allowing the hidden dancer to move, embracing the introverted thinker, or nurturing the spontaneous adventurer that society may have deemed impractical. It's a profound act of self-love, a compassionate embrace of your entire psychological inheritance, both light and shadow. As Jung powerfully argued, the body and the unconscious mind, unlike the conscious, rational mind, never lie, even when someone tries to hide their true feelings. Their nonverbal language will inevitably betray them. If you consistently sense an unexplained tension or coldness despite amiable words, trust your instincts. This happens because the conscious mind can put up a sophisticated front, carefully crafting words and expressions, but the body, operating on a deeper, more primitive level, responds directly and spontaneously to real, underlying emotions. It's an involuntary leakage of truth. This profound shift, this psychological birth, is deeply connected to how we manage our internal energy, or as Jung termed it, our psychic energy. He viewed the mind as an intricate energy system, where every thought, emotion, and action consumes a portion of that energy. The critical question then becomes, are you consciously directing where your energy flows, or are you permitting the world to decide for you? Each impulsive reaction, every fervent defense against a criticism that didn't warrant attention, every engagement in futile disputes, every tireless effort to please those who don't value youth, these are all moments where you dissipate your inner strength on endeavors that offer no nourishment. Jung unequivocally stated that which you resist persists. The more you react, the more inextricably bound you become to the external stimuli that drain you. Individuals who live in a state of emotional exhaustion are not weak. They are simply misdirected in their energy allocation. And when you are perpetually drained, you become vulnerable, easy prey for manipulative, opportunistic, and emotionally demanding individuals who intuitively sense your inability to guard your energy. They exploit your tendency to react to everything, your perpetual desire to fix the world. Jung maintained that a healthy psyche is one that adeptly conserves energy within its system. This translates to the profound ability to decline without guilt, to embrace silence without feeling cowardly, to observe judiciously before acting. True power resides not in immediate reaction, but in the conscious choice of when and how to act. Capability only attainable when you possess sufficient self-awareness to recognize your own impulses. How many sleepless nights have you endured over an unresolved conversation? How many hours have you spent ruminating on what you should have said, or obsessing over why someone treated you poorly? This is vital energy draining away without recompense. You are sustaining specters that should have long since dissipated, fueling dynamics that persist solely because of your insistence on engagement. Psychic energy is akin to a force field. When meticulously guarded, it cultivates presence. You enter a room and command respect without uttering a single word. Conversely, when carelessly managed, you become invisible, reactive, fragile. The world offers no leniency to those who easily capitulate. Therefore, begin to observe your own triggers. What causes you to react automatically? What causes you to lose your equilibrium? These are precisely the points where your energy dissipates. And these are the areas requiring your attention not to become cold or indifferent, but to become discerning, to become sovereign over your own being. And here emerges one of Jung's most profound revelations. When you conserve your energy, you dismantle the projections others cast upon you, and this creates considerable discomfort. So, the next time you feel that inexplicable yearning, that subtle dissatisfaction, or that sudden urge to break free from established norms, don't dismiss it as a momentary whim. Recognize it as the profound call from your inner self, an invitation from that younger version of you who patiently waited for this moment. It's the universe, your unconscious, telling you it's time to truly begin. It's time to integrate, to transform, to finally live a life that is truly, unequivocally yours. If this exploration has resonated with you, if it has ignited a spark of understanding or awakened a dormant truth within your own being, I genuinely invite you to share your insights in the comments section below. What part of your younger self do you feel is still waiting to truly begin its journey? What unfulfilled dreams or suppressed qualities are now demanding your attention? Share your story, your reflections, and what resonated most deeply with you. Your experiences are invaluable, and they enrich this entire conversation, helping all of us on our path to greater self-awareness. Jung's concept of psychic energy isn't merely about managing your time or avoiding stress. It's about a fundamental shift in your relationship with yourself and the world. It's a radical act of self-preservation, where you consciously choose to invest your vital force only where it genuinely nourishes your soul and aligns with your authentic self. Think of it as a meticulously curated garden. You wouldn't waste precious water and nutrients on weeds, would you? Similarly, a life lived in alignment with Jungian principles means discerningly allocating your inner resources, refusing to be drawn into endless external demands that deplete you without meaningful return. This isn't selfishness, it's self-stewardship, a recognition that your internal well-being is the foundation from which all genuine connection and creativity flow. When you master this conservation of psychic energy, a remarkable transformation occurs. You begin to project a different kind of presence into the world. You move from being reactive and easily swayed to becoming centered and self-possessed. This newfound internal sovereignty means you're no longer constantly seeking external validation or fearing the disapproval of others. Instead, your actions stem from a place of inner clarity and conviction, making you less susceptible to manipulation and more capable of setting healthy boundaries. This journey of reclaiming your energy is, in essence, the ongoing process of individuation, allowing you to shed the societal conditioning and external expectations that have long obscured your true self, paving the way for a life of profound authenticity and purpose. And before you go, if you haven't already, please consider becoming a cherished member of our community by subscribing to the channel. Just hit that subscribe button. Your support helps us continue to create more deep, thought-provoking content about psychology, self-discovery, and the vast inner world that shapes us all. Let's continue this journey of transformation together, building a community of conscious connection and understanding, one profound insight at a time.